Guys, I have a lot of thoughts and a confession to make, but I guess I'll leave that until towards the end of the video. Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard is a sequel to 2017's Hitman's Bodyguard and features Ryan Reynolds, Samuel L. Jackson, and Salma Hayek once again, but this time with a much bigger focus on Salma Hayek's character. When Michael Bryce vows to put his bodyguarding past behind him and live a normal life, Darius Kincaid forces him back into action, as this time he has to protect his wife. Soon, all three are faced with a monstrous mission when a sinister madman played by Antonio Banderas threatens to leave Europe in total chaos. Now, I should have watched this movie yesterday, but due to lockdown that was taking place in my city, which didn't end until yesterday around midnight, I was forced to watch this a day later. Regardless, I was actually really looking forward to this one because I actually really enjoyed the first one. The best part wasn't the story, it was the chemistry between Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson. It was not only very entertaining, as you can imagine, but it was very interesting seeing the very unlikely friendship and partnership between rivals. You know, Hitman and Bodyguard. And I feel like this movie echoes a lot of my thoughts on the first one because I pretty much feel almost the exact same. It was equally as entertaining, more or less. But like the first one as well, the story was a bit of a mess, and it's not like we haven't seen something like this or something like similar to this before. You know, I remember when watching the 2017 Hitman's Bodyguard in cinemas back then. I enjoyed it, like I said, and I still do. But now, since starting a YouTube channel and reviewing and watching all of these movies, I've seen so many movies like this, you know, so many generic action movies where the bad guy always misses for some reason, that it's not that unique anymore. The only unique things in these movies is seeing Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds together. Well, in this movie, it was not only that. Salma Hayek, I feel like, really shined as Sonia Kincaid, as now she was like kind of like one of the main focuses. Like, she really helped kind of tie the tension between Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson's characters, and there were some surprisingly deep moments also, or not only with her character, but also with Ryan Reynolds. Like, we see Sonia Kincaid really warm up to Michael Bryce, and we learn a lot of his backstory and past traumas, which was really unexpected. However, there are a lot of things that don't make a lot of sense. Now, this reminds me back to Fast and Furious levels of realism, if you know what I mean. Like I said, in this movie, it's a classic case of the bad guys always miss. They just have terrible aim for being so-called highly trained gunmen, you know? And in one scene, this guy got a broken rib due to like a shotgun shot to like the body area, and afterwards he looked almost completely fine. Like, even though, yes, he was wearing some kind of protective, really thin protective thing underneath, but I mean, I knew someone who had a broken rib due to landing badly in a rugby tackle, and he couldn't breathe properly and ended up having to go to hospital. Like, so many times in this movie, I was like, really? Also, if I remember correctly, Michael Bryce and Darius Kincaid ended up liking each other towards the end of the first movie, you know? Like, the basis of the film was like how they developed their relationship and how they got through like everything together and ended up learning a lot about each other. But at the start of this movie, they hated each other again. Like, what? Like, and also, where was Michael Bryce's girlfriend? Like, she wasn't even mentioned at all as well, and she was like one of the key characters of the first one as well. I know it's been 2 years and a lot happens, but a mention of these things would be great. It kind of just feels like they scrapped some of the ideas from the first movie. Now, Antonio Banderas, along with Frank Grillo, I was very surprised they were in this movie. Now, I never watched the trailer though, so I just didn't want to, like, I just don't want to spoil myself going into the movie, and I'm kind of like this, like, I don't like watching trailers before movies unless I kind of have to, like the previews at the start of movies, just because I want to kind of go into movies like with fresh eyes and don't want to know too much. But I do like those trailers that, don't show too much. But anyway, Frank Grillo, he was a very funny addition. His scenes were pretty entertaining, and he was just a classic American cop. Now, Antonio Banderas, on the other hand, mostly his character, it just wasn't very interesting. I mean, half the time he didn't really have any screen time or focus. At one point I kind of forgot he was like the villain and the main target, or should I say. And I don't really hate him. Very unlike the first movie's villain, Vladislav Dukovich. Now, I just hated his guts because of like him killing that village very brutally, and the end result of his character was very satisfying to watch. Antonio Banderas was just another guy who wanted to cause chaos for whatever reason, very generic, and there's not a lot of elaboration, and we do learn some of his backstory, but a villain to me is like, a good villain is someone that you really want to suffer, and just someone who you really hate. Well, I didn't actually hate his character at all, so there's that. Overall, this movie has a story and a few twists that were pretty confusing at times, not very interesting, but the character development and chemistry between the main characters kind of make up for it. Look, if you're gonna watch this, sure you can, and I'm sure the majority of people will most likely have a very fun time with it. Because it's still pretty entertaining. Like, it's a popcorn flick. It's just dumb fun in a nutshell, right? But I mean, you'll get more out of it if you watch the first movie. I'm going to give Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard a B-. Okay, now to what I was saying around the start of the video. Now, I've been very unmotivated to post anything in the last week or so. I mean, I have Greenland and Unhinged, the full reviews of those ones, and more that I kind of want to review. Like a lot of movies that I said that I missed watching in cinemas that I want to review as well. Like, I just have them lined up, but I just can't be bothered making them, can't be bothered like editing and taking the 3 hours to edit both Greenland and Unhinged. Like, it'll maybe take more than 3 hours, like 4 hours to edit both of them and upload them, because I have to make the thumbnails and whatever. But I just can't be bothered like doing that, because I'm sure nobody will even watch them. It's just like, nobody really watches my videos, and it's kind of like really unmotivating to try to like make these videos as best I can, spend all the time and effort. Like today, I spent the whole day, going to the cinemas, watching the movie, coming home, writing a bit of a short script on what I wanted to say, like make the thumbnail, edit the video, upload it, all that. It literally takes the whole day, right? And I really just don't have any time to relax, right? Shut up, you fucking truck. Yeah, and also during the recording, it's also kind of hard because like you hear, like, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I have the heat on, I have the, sometimes, and I have the background, a lot of background noise. It's not very quiet in my house, so it's kind of a struggle to record as well. It's like nobody watches my videos. The only reason I have like 400 to 600 views on like a few videos is because I uploaded them before Chris Stockman and Jeremy Johns, two of the biggest movie reviewers on YouTube, did. Like, I uploaded it before them, and like I've been tracking my YouTube analytics and everything related to everything and trying to make it the best I can. And I've seen like it's not a big statistic, like the sample size isn't huge. It'll be like, I'll find out if that's mostly more so the case like later on. But for what I've seen, like I'll only end up getting views if I'm reviewing something that not a lot of people have reviewed, like Better Luck Tomorrow, or reviewed before anyone else. Otherwise, I'm just in this oversaturated market and nobody watches my videos, which is a shame because I feel like if they do, and if I get like more people who actually see that my videos are out there, I will definitely get more views and more subs, because I've seen a lot of people who have less quality content, less videos, who have way more subs than me. So that's mostly the reason why I'm kind of pissed off, angry, and demotivated. Demotivated or unmotivated? Either word's fine, right? And yeah, the confession, right? Most of the views are actually from me, believe it or not. Just this show that actually people are watching my videos. You know, I was actually thinking about making like 2 videos on this matter if we were still in lockdown, like I was saying, but obviously not a lot of people know or whatever, so I'm just repeating myself. Like I was thinking about making more videos, but now we're out of it. I kind of have more videos or more movies that I want to review, so I'm putting them on hold. But whenever we go back into lockdown, which I'm sure might be a case maybe later down the road, then I'll make them. But or maybe soon. But yeah, like most of the views are for me. Like I can say like the last few videos, Cruella, Quiet Place got like 11 views each. Resident Evil, my reviews got like 1 view, 2 views from real people. The only views that I keep getting are views of Wrath of Man and Mortal Kombat and Better Luck Tomorrow. Those are the only 3 videos that I've used now, just because they're distributed to more people. Like it's being recommended by YouTube more, those videos, just because nobody else, I guess, has ever, like, it's just weird, you know? And I'm not sure how this video is gonna do, but right now, I'm just in a not give a fuck mood. So keep uploading and keep hoping for the best. Anyway, guys, if you made this far, I don't know if you have, whatever. Thank you for making this far if you have. I doubt it though. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like and sub if you enjoyed. And anyways, always, feel free to check out my previous videos. Yada, yada, yada. Until next time, I guess.